All right, greetings everybody and good morning. It's Kenny J with GOBE Trade House. I want to welcome everybody to Coffee in the Morning with GOBE. We do this call every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., giving you motivation, inspiration, and strategy. Super excited, guys. We're coming off an exciting trade week, all right? We're actually coming off an exciting weekend as well in regards to cryptocurrency. Everybody this weekend, we crushed it on the crypto charts. If you attended the crypto session on Saturday, all right, and you made money on that session, let me see some dollar signs in the chat right now, guys. You made money on the Bitcoin call, the Ethereum call, all right? Let's get some dollar signs in the chat right now. Anybody who attended that session. All right, so anybody, for all the new people here, okay, these dollar signs that you see in the chat, these are for people who attended the cryptocurrency session on Friday at 1 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. All right, in the GOBE Trade House, we trade 7 days a week. Okay, so you definitely want to attend these sessions. It's just bonus, it's extra money. All right, and you can see so many people who did. And I see the Crypto King in the chat, Alfonso. I know he crushed it this weekend, right? All right, guys. So other than that, guys, this is going to be a really good trade week. Before we get the call started, we do have some announcements we want to make on this call that I think is pretty cool. I want to see if we have any new people in the chat right now. If this is your first time attending a Coffee in the Morning with GOBE, or you're just now getting started inside of GOBE Trade House, let's get a 111 in the chat. Go ahead and drop a 111 in the chat if you're just now getting started, or if this is your first time on a Coffee in the Morning with GOBE. Yeah, Joe, we have Rosa Marie. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. We have D. Miller. Okay. Anybody else? Drop a 111 in the chat. It's your first time on a Coffee with GOBE. We're just not getting started. Brian McKenzie. Okay. We had a lot of new people get started on the promo, which we're going to talk about in a second. All right. So we want to roll out the red carpet for our new members. Okay. So GOBE Trade House, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, type welcome in the chat, yell, scream, welcome to our new family members. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the family. Congratulations for taking the first step towards your financial freedom.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Thanks, everyone. I'm excited.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're excited to have you. Okay, understand that you did not just join a business. Okay, you joined a brotherhood and a sisterhood. We're a financial fraternity and sorority that practices group economics by Forex education and trade signals sent out by our sniper analyzers. My best advice for all the new people, because again, we had a lot of new people get started on the promo. All right, we had a lot of new people get started on the promo. So my best advice is to network with people in the group, attend Coffee in the Morning with GOBE. It's only an hour call, or watch the replay as much as you can, because it's kind of like just staying close to the fire, all right? And the more you're tied into the GOBE Trade House culture, the quicker you'll expedite your path to success, all right? So attend a Coffee in the Morning with GOBE, watch a replay, and at least attend one trade session a day, all right? Because that's going to compound. One trade session a day is an hour a day. And that, if you attend one trade session a day, that's 7 hours a week of chart time, right? That's 28 hours a month of chart time. And that's how you're going to get good. All right. So other than that, welcome to the family. Again, we are glad to have you a part of the family. All right. So what I would like to do, guys, I'm actually going to start off the call talking about something I'm pretty excited about. And I think you all might be excited about it too. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Because our promo went so well, all right? Because the promo went so well, we had so many people get started on the 50% off. So myself, Mike Taylor, Carlos Pond, Mike Spycheck, okay, some of our admins, we were talking about an idea that we wanted to do, okay? And I want to know if you guys may be excited about it, because I'm really excited about it. All right. And we want to start doing something at least every week. Okay. For the affiliates, but also for the people who are trading and they're eventually going to be an affiliate, because what ends up happening is you end up being an affiliate by default. Okay. You know, you may come in and say, listen, all I want to do is just trade, make money, pay my subscription like I'm paying it to Netflix. Okay. and just enjoy the services. That's perfectly fine. You may be here just for the auto bot. You may be here just for the crypto sessions. Whatever it is, that's perfectly fine. But I know in your heart of hearts, if you start making money on these sessions, you're going to tell someone about it, right? Which is why we have our reward program in place, because we're going to compensate you for doing what you're going to do naturally anyway, which is spread a message by way of word of mouth. All right. If you had an amazing food, let's say you went to a new restaurant and you had amazing steak dinner, okay, right? And you say you're going to tell your friend about it. You're going to say, this steak over here was bomb. I love this steak. You need to go try this place out. And then when that person goes to that restaurant and eats that steak, wouldn't it be nice if that restaurant calls you on the phone and said, hey, thanks for that referral. We're going to pay you 40% of the steak receipt, right? So we're gonna send you some money just for sending your friend to try out our steak. That's all we do in GO.BE Trade House. And like I said, you become an affiliate by default. So we're gonna keep it real creative. We're gonna start doing some things every single week. But my brother Mike Taylor, he should be on.
Yep, I'm on.
All right, cool. So this is how I'm gonna do it, Mike. So you could actually do this with me. So we're going to talk about, let me put an exclamation point here. Make this a little bigger. All right, so we're going to do something this week, which is going to be pretty cool, right? It's called the GOBE raffle, all right? So we're going to implement something this week called the GOBE raffle, all right? And I'm going to go over just how this works, and myself and our brother Mike Taylor, how the GOBE raffle is going to work. And again, we're going to start doing this just because, we want to give back to our customer base. All right. And we're going to continue to do something weekly. So the GOBE raffle, guys, this is how it's going to work.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Y'all gonna get excited about this first place.
Let's get some drum rolls.
Let's get first place up.
Can I get some fake drum rolls in the background?
Hey, Kenny, do third place first. And then
third place? Third place.
Yeah,
all right, okay.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, say the best for last. You know what I'm saying? Let them think it's a little corny at first. And then when they get to the first place, they're gonna get excited.
Okay. Third place. All right. So third place, okay, we're going to reward, and this is how it's going to work, okay? The third place is going to be some free items from our store, the GOBE Apparel store, all right, which is amazing for your marketing, all right? And also the clothes are pretty cool, right? We have a store, gobeapparel.com, okay? And this is how it's going to work. The whole raffle, whenever you get started, and it's from this week, starting now until Sunday, the top recruiters or the people who are bringing in the most business, okay, the most customers, all right, you are basically going to go into a raffle, all right? So whenever you bring someone in, your name is going to go into a raffle, and every single time you bring someone into business, it's going to increase your chances when we do our drawing on Coffee with GOBE next Monday. So you could have one person you brought into the business and you could still possibly win. Does that make sense? You have one person brought in the business, you can still possibly win. But if you brought in 5 or 10 people in the business, obviously that's going to increase your chances to win the raffle. So from now until Sunday, okay, on Monday, we're going to go ahead and do a drawing, all right? And on Coffee in the Morning with GOBE, and we're going to award our first, second, and third place, all right? So third place is going to be free items from GOBE Apparel, and we'll pull you to the side and let you select it, and then we're going to go ahead and take care of it for you and get it sent to your home, all right? So that is the third place prize. And we're going to have all these rules written down after the call. We're going to send it out in the chat, and we're going to have some fun with this, okay? Second place.
And yeah, Kenny, type real slow because I see I can feel the anticipation. So make it.
Boom. All right. So second place winner, you're gonna get a free subscription for a month. All right. It may not seem like a lot. However, you know, that's an extra money in your pocket that you can put into the charts. We're gonna award a free subscription. Okay. So there's gonna be 3 winners. So 3 people are gonna win. All right. In the first place. All right, so now, all right, Mike, can you do a drum roll? Oh, Mike, can you unmute your
I don't know. I don't know if this sounds like a drum roll. I don't know. So I'm assuming I don't qualify for this first place, huh?
No, you don't, Mike.
Here's the drum roll anyway.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. All right. First place. Okay. You're going to get a free round trip to Miami, okay, on the 28th, April 28th through May 2nd, all right? So first place, we're going to take care of your flight, all right? Of course, you still got to, you know, take care of your hotel and all that stuff when you get out there. But your flight, wherever you are located in the United States, GOBE Trade House is going to take care of your flight, all right? So it's going to be a round trip. We'll pull you to the side and we'll go ahead and find the flight for you and we'll take care of it. All right. So first place, free round trip to Miami. Second place, free subscription. Third place, free items from GOBE Apparel. Also, if for any reason you cannot go to Miami, if for any reason you cannot go to Miami, we'll offer 2 months of a free subscription to GOBE Trade House if you can't go, or as an alternative. Okay. But first place, free round trip to Miami. We want to see everybody, as many people as we can in Miami. For all the new people, we have a trip to Miami on April 28th through May 2nd. We're just literally going out there to have fun, to party, to meet each other, get footage, okay, because it's going to be a movie out there, okay? We're going out there for attraction marketing, okay, and for lifestyle videos because we're starting a trade and travel movement. We want to travel every 2 to 3 months and inspire people to, you know, get on the live sessions, get on, you know, compound with the Run Up the Bag Challenge and really master the skills so you can trade and travel, all right? Even if you can't do it right now, it's just to expand your mind. But our first one is April 28th through May 2nd, and we'll cover your round trip, all right? So, guys, this is something we're already doing anyway. We're just going to make it fun and reward people for it, all right? Really excited about the GOBE raffle, all right? This is what we're going to do this week. If you're excited about the GOBE raffle, let me get some $signs in the chat, guys. If you're excited about getting a free trip to Miami, all right, a free subscription, or some free items from GOBE Apparel, all right? And we're gonna do this. We're gonna do something every week. We're gonna do something every week to keep it exciting. And we're gonna have something exciting closing out the month as well. All right. But the GOBE raffle, I see a lot of people are excited about it. Again, this is something that we were already doing anyway. You were already referring people to the business. Okay, so everybody's gonna have their name inside of a raffle. Next Monday on Coffee in the Morning with GOBE, we'll make our drawing. So Mike Taylor, do you have any comments on the GOBE raffle, brother?
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely excited for the entire team. I do want to ask you a question, Kenny, just so we clear. So does a person, can you only win one prize, or can a person technically win all 3 prizes if they have enough tickets and they get pulled?
Yeah, if someone, you know, if they tore it up, right, and they have that many raffles there, yeah, they could win all the prizes. So
they all mine.
You said they all yours, Alfonso?
Man, look.
Alfonso said, "See, you got who's ready? Hey, you better be ready to compete, okay?"
Yeah. So yeah, basically, so this is a great incentive because one thing about it is, push come to shove, let's just say hypothetically you go out and you get 5, 6, 7 people, and let's just say you don't win any of the prizes. Give me a 777 if you wouldn't be mad. Every second week of the month, you have 5 to 7 people paying you a subscription, right? So I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? You know what I'm saying? I get residual income. I get something to motivate me to go ahead and do what I should be doing anyway, which is start eliminating these bills, which is also, what this is all about. Um, Also, I want to encourage people to, hey, do what I'm doing right now. I made Thursday, I went and dropped $200 in a separate account, and I call that my Miami account. And I'm growing that account from now all the way till I get to Miami. And what I'm starting to feel already is this is free money. Like I literally, like I took that $200 and this is almost a $500 account over the weekend. And I'm like, dang, I do this for another 4 weeks. 5 weeks, and especially the more my account grow, the bigger lot sizes I can use, the better I'm gonna get at this, the more stuff I'm gonna learn. Might have 10 bands, you know what I'm saying? Why not? So, and it all feels like free money, y'all. Once you learn what you're doing, because all you're doing is pushing buttons. You're not going out busting your butt or doing anything like that. So just compound your accounts. And when it comes to this referral stuff, just share the information. That's it. We need to start really, really having a focus on leveraging power hour. Like that's very, very crucial. Like these next couple weeks leading up to Miami, you guys like really need to start really taking that professional inviter mindset very seriously, because like it's real easy to do. All you got to do is say, hey, I got an event going on Tuesday night, Thursday night. You ain't got to leave nowhere. Just click on this link, check it out. It's a way you can make money without referrals. That's the kicker. When you say these 3 things right here, most people are interested. When I say daily money, no referrals, people are interested. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you gotta say. So I really don't have a lot to say, Kenny, right now. But if you want to call me back up towards the end, you can, brother. But I'll pass it back to you.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with Mike Taylor more. All right. You definitely want to make sure you utilize power hour. All right. Definitely want to make sure that you are attending his meetings that he puts together at 5:30 every day. All right. In our affiliate section inside of the back office, because the acronym, guys, for rich, all right, is residual income creates happiness. Okay. So having that residual income to back yourself up, the bill eliminator. I know I've seen, just looking in the back office, I've seen people just this week alone with the promo put in 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 customers, right? So next month, when that first week of April, that's a nice residual income. That's probably going to cover your car note, a portion of your rent. All right. How many people inside of the business right now would like for the residual income? Give me a 777 in the chat if you would like for your residual income to at least cover your rent, at least cover your rent or your mortgage. I'm telling you guys, it's a very peaceful thing to know that every single month your rent or your mortgage is taken care of, just because you are building your own subscription-based business with inside of GO.BE Trade House. All right. So I would say, guys, take advantage of it. Take advantage, have fun with it. That's why we have the raffle. All right. And because the thing with GO.BE and what we're doing different over here, guys, is that we don't want to just give you a fish. Have you ever heard that quote? You give a man a fish, okay? He eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he eats for a lifetime, right? So we're teaching you how to fish. We want you to become an independent trader. We want you to eventually unbuckle yourself from the umbilical cord, right? So we want you to become independent and become a trader where you can start marking up the charts by yourself, using these strategies and taking these strategies, and then eventually creating your own. Okay, because that's what happens in the market. Okay, that's how you actually become an independent trader. Everybody is eventually going to trade their own style. That's how it works. But you have to have a base to base yourself and base your trading style on. And once you have that base in place, and our base is our 8 confirmations, you know, the way we trade with our sniper analyzer. All right. We have that backbone, a winning strategy that is proven. All right. Over these past couple months, we've only lost 14 trades on the run up to bag challenge. Okay. I think we're 78 for 64, if I'm not mistaken. All right. That's around 82, almost 83%. So the proof is in the pudding. Our strategies work, right? And what we do on the calls that we're throwing out, okay, they're running about 80, 82%. That is your backbone strategy. That is a strategy that you could use, that you continue to practice. And then eventually you might have another indicator you like, and you may add something to it and say, oh, this helps me out, helps me understand a little bit more, and you add to it, right? And then you may take something away. But before you do that, you have that backbone strategy to build yourself up on, all right? I saw something online earlier. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick if I can find it. And shout out to Joe Threats. Joe, I see you're out there. And in LA, how was your trip, brother?
It's still going. I'm in a hotel now. You know, on the call, watching everybody win money on crypto while I'm out and about, which was still great, you know. So it's going well. It's going well. It's not even halfway over yet.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. You look like you're having a great time out there. Everybody, can we go ahead and type in the chat and maybe unmute yourself and say happy belated birthday to Joe, right? Happy birthday,
belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Joe.
Party up in LA, bro.
Appreciate y'all again for all the birthday wishes as well. So it's been strange not being on every call, but I've been trying to make as much as I can while trying to, you know, stay plugged in, because you have to stay plugged in order to be successful. So I look forward to this call here and then the lunch and learn right after this.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet Joe. Happy birthday to you.
All right, straight from GO.B.E Records.
All right,
Clayton. Hey, Joe, you get a lot of love, man.
Get ready to go with
Thank
that.
y'all. Them onions, we don't want them onions to start coming out.
The onions stay out on Coffee with GO.B.E. You never know, brother. You never know.
She gonna have to get signed, bro.
Man, you sound good. You sound really good. Wow. All right. So shout out to Joe. And Joe, you know, just the whole, just giving a really good example of the freedom of being able to trade and travel, all right, at will. That is a blessing, guys. So that's what we want to do. We want to inspire. And that footage that you're getting out there, I hope you're getting a lot of really good footage, brother, right? Because that is what is going to help you actually grow your business as well. All right. Taking photos. I saw you had a photo by the Hollywood sign with your Forex shirt on, right? That's powerful, guys. That's why you got to get the apparel, right? Because when we're in Miami and we're by the beach, it's going to be great to have, you know, some of the quotes that we have on our GO.B.E apparel website and have them by the beach and by these great scenes, right? So those pictures are powerful, brother.
Yeah, and just to go along with that, yeah, I was walking the pier, what it was 2 days ago, and I had my Forex pays my bill shirt, and I seen a lot of people, you know, staring at my shirt, looking at Forex and things like that. And then there was one guy who actually, he said, man, what is Forex? And I gave him a small, brief example of what Forex was, and then he said, here, take my number down. So I got his number. That's all I do any place. I get their number, of course, but he actually asked me to take his number down and send him some more information. So I piqued his interest enough, so I'm gonna put him on the power hour call tomorrow night, and go from there. So make sure anytime you send out your information to somebody or you get your information, you know, you can actually follow with them and pique their interest and put them on the coffee calls, or not on the coffee call, but the power hour. Actually, when I was walking through the airport, I did have my Forex and chill shirt on, I had another person, another lady who actually came up to me and wanted to get information about Forex. So it definitely helps. It's free marketing. I mean, if you be your business, be your own business model. So yeah, that's all I got to say.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Is there anybody else in the chat? And I see Amber said we need GO.BE swimsuits. I think that's a good idea. GO.BE swimsuits would be a great idea. Is there anybody else in the chat who has ordered GO.BE apparel and have walked out in the public and has been approached? If anybody else in the chat, type of 111 if you've already experienced that before. I experience it all the time. All right. Every time I wear my shirt, Forex pays my bills, and I wear that shirt to the grocery store or, just anywhere, the mall. Okay. If I'm just out and about, just anywhere. Okay. Someone always asks me about Forex when I have that shirt on. Okay. You're like a walking advertisement. So it really helps out a lot. And we're going to continue to drop more merch back there. But if you're very serious about growing your business, I would say order some type of t-shirt, or if you don't want to order a t-shirt, get your name in the raffle for the GO.BE raffle, right? If you get third place, boom, you got a t-shirt on the way. Okay. So I saw this post online a little earlier, all right? And I just wanted to just talk about it really quick. It just popped in my head. So this gentleman, all right, 5 rules of trading. And the number 1 rule that I saw here, when I saw this, I immediately started laughing a little bit because it's the first rule that he put here, all right, which was make peace with your losses. Okay, so they won't disturb your future. Make peace with your losses. Now, it's interesting that's the first rule, all right, because we already know that losing is a part of this game. You're going to have to take losses on your way to be successful. Behind every successful trader is a lot of unsuccessful years, okay? Behind every successful trader. Now, you do have your stories of people who have breakthroughs in a few months, and stuff like that. But in reality, it's going to take you a while to become a good trader and to get balance, right? I'm over 4 years of trading, right? And I always admit to everybody that it took me 2.5 years to get consistent. 2.5 years. Now, that may not be your story, but because I didn't have everything that we have inside of GO.BE Trade House when I first got started. All right. I always tell everybody, guys, I spent $5,000 on an educational package before when I first started trading. $5,000. I found a trader online. I liked what they were doing. Overcharged me $5,000. I was only getting 1 live session a week. All right. It was actually me, Carlos, and Mike Spycheck. We were paying $300 a week, guys. $300 a week for 1 live session. All right. We didn't have any indicators. We didn't have an auto buy. We didn't have everything that lunch and learns. Okay. We didn't have coffee with GO.BE calls to do trade reviews to understand how you won and how you lost. We didn't have all of these things that we had back here when I first started trading. Okay. But I still had somewhat of a gift. I knew that I was pretty good at predicting the charts. Okay, I could just kind of see, what was going on. I would make my predictions and I would hit buy or sell, and I would win a lot of the times, right? But my weakest part of my game was the psychology, which is why I made that training. Okay, whenever I went 6 months straight on the demo, all right, that's when I had my breakthrough to break my psychology. Okay. Controlling my greed, patience, and discipline, and having the tools to do it. All right. So if you haven't seen it, there's a training for all the new people inside of our back office called the Psychology of a Successful Trader. Okay. It's back there in the Lunch and Learn section. And I would actually, let me check in the chat for anybody who has gotten value from that training. Let me get a 111 in the chat. If you got some value from that training, if it's kind of changed your game a little bit to help you take a step forward to become a better trader, let me get a 111 in the chat. Right? So for everybody who has not seen it, look at all the 111s in the chat and thank you guys. Thank you guys. So I'm glad that people are taking advantage of that training because there's a lot of unsuccessful years behind that training. Okay. For me personally, guys, I took those losses so you don't have to do it. Okay. Whenever these past 2.5 years, paying for all that education, trying the bots, trying different trade signal services. Okay. And I went through that so you guys don't have to. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, GOBE Trade House is that best place for you to be to become a successful trader if you stick and stay and continue to build and continue to go on your path and on your goals. Okay. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. Now that training, if you haven't watched it, watch it or go watch it again. Okay. Thank you for your personal sacrifice. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So make peace with your losses. Make peace with your losses. All right. Now, this is another important one I saw. What other people think of your trading is none of your business. Okay. It's none of your business because other people may be watching you trade. Okay. And they may be watching you go on your path, but they're not the ones funding that account. They're not the ones that are going to end up paying your bills. All right. Taking care of your rent, taking care of your children. Okay. This is about you. Your path is your path. Everybody's path is going to look different, which is very, very important. Everybody inside of GOBE Trade House will have their own unique experience to become successful. And that's what allows you to have that test or testimony, okay, where you can share with somebody else. If you had a breakthrough, some of the people that I see making $500, $1,000, they've only been in GOBE Trade House for a month. You know how huge that is? It took me almost maybe over a year or so to have one of those type of days. I'm being honest with you. And I see people doing it in their first month. I see people doing it in their first couple months. Okay, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Even if you did it on a copy paste trade, because I used to be a part of other trade signal services, and for some reason I just could not win in those companies. However, looking back on it, I probably would have did a lot better. I knew I would have. Matter of fact, I know I would have did a lot better if I had my greed, patience, and discipline in order. All right, and I knew more about the basics of trading. Okay, I was trying to skip steps. I was trying to skip the education. I was trying to skip, knowing how to mark up, a trend line, mark up your trend, your support, and your resistance. All right. I was trying to skip those steps and just think I could just come in this game and just hit buy or sell and just make money like I was going to come out lucky. Let me tell you something, guys. The Forex market will humble you. It will humble you real quick, especially if you're using real money. All right. So that's my personal experience. Okay. So it's nobody else's business but yours. What you should be focusing on are the people that support you on your way to financial freedom in trading Forex. All right. You need to focus on the people that support you and focus on your own unique path and your own unique goals. Set yourself realistic goals. A lot of people, when they inbox me now and they want to join GOBE Trade House and they want to be my business partner. All right. One of my first questions I always ask them is, how long do you want to dedicate yourself to learn how to master this skill of learning how to trade Forex? How long are you going to give yourself? That's the first question I ask. And basically what that does, not only is that going to help you get a subscriber for a long period of time, but basically you're being realistic with that person, letting them know that you're not going to come in 30 days and just be a master trader. Let's just get that out your head. That's not going to happen. If anybody told you that, they lied. All right. Hearing it real right in front of your face right now from Kenny J, you will not be a master trader in 30 days. But I don't want to take that. It's going to take time for you to become a master trader. It's going to happen. Okay. But it can happen though. You can still make money. You can have breakthroughs. But that's what I ask the customers who inbox me. How long do you want to give yourself to learn this skill? Give yourself a realistic goal. I want to give myself 6 months. I would say, okay, we can work with that. This is what you got to do. You got to attend the coffee in the morning with GOBE calls. You got to get on these live sessions. You got to set up your broker account. All right. You got to watch the Psychology of a Successful Trader. All right. Then you need to set realistic goals participate in the run up to bag challenge on the real account or the demo. All right. And you need to have repetition and continuously do this on a daily basis. If you do that for 6 months inside a GOBE Trade House, I can almost assure you you're going to be successful. If you want to say, I want to give myself a year, okay, perfect. I know you're going to be successful if you give yourself a year. That is a real goal. Isn't it worth it, guys, to sacrifice a year to learn this skill where you could make as much money as you want at any time that you want? Just have Wi-Fi, okay, in your cell phone. All right. Isn't it worth it to sacrifice a year? Isn't it worth it to sacrifice 5 years? I've been trading over 4 years. Okay. This is the best sacrifice of time that I've ever done in my entire life, bar none, by far. Okay. Bar none, by far. Okay. This is the best thing you can be doing with your time right now, is to sacrifice these next 1 to 5 years beating on this craft. Not only will you free yourself, you'll also free your family generationally. Because, guys, this is a skill. You can teach this to your children. We have some people right now inside of GOBE Trade House whose kids already know what a support resistance is. Right? We have some people right now whose kids are asking about their kids, right? Can you imagine if we would have known, okay, what a support and resistance is, or a trend line at 12 or 8? Where would we be right now? Chica says, my son at 11, teaching my niece. I know Joe, I see you always doing that with his children as well. That is like, this is a skill you can pass down to your kids. This is a generational move, which is why we have that first name, the Generation of Bosses Empire. GOBE, the acronym for GOBE. Generation of Bosses Empire is about generational wealth. That's what we want to create here. We want to create a generation of bosses, okay? That's what this is about. Yeah, Joe has a 5-year-old future sniper, right? Number 3, don't compare your trades to others. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? Don't compare your trades to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. If someone, well, it's really about perception, okay? Once you really understand trading, you got to understand that. I'm going to go ahead and use our brother Alfonso for an example. And shout out to Alfonso, who's had a huge breakthrough over these past few weeks, I believe, okay, which is incredible. Let's just say, for example, we throw out a trade, a run up the back challenge trade, right? You have an account balance of $100, okay? You throw out the run up the back challenge trade, and we go ahead and run it off 10 pips, $1 a pip. You make $10 on the trade. You're happy. And then you see Alfonso has, let's say he has a $100,000 account, for example, and he gets 10 pips on the trade, but he makes $10,000, right? What's the difference between both trades? There's really no difference, guys. It's the same trade. It's the same pip count. The only difference is the account balance. Or it could have been, well, let's say if you had your parameter set, you had your stop loss or your take profit set, it ran off. All right, it was a sniper entry. He made 10 grand, you made $10. You should not look at that and say, man, I'm not making any money right now. That you shouldn't be focusing on the money. You should focus on the skill. Focus on the skill, and also focus on the fact that, listen, what he did is the same thing I did. The only difference is the account balance was larger, so the ROI, or return on investment, was larger. So what do I have to do? Eventually, once my account balance is at $100,000, you actually did make $10,000 if you perceive it that way, okay? Because that is the only difference in trading, is just your account balance, guys. Other than that, we're all collecting pips. We're all collecting pips, the exact same pips with our trades, all right? So understand, don't compare your trades to others. You have your own unique path, and understand the fact that you're already collecting those pips. Know that your time is going to come when you have a larger account balance, when your account balance gets larger, all right? And that day is coming, right? Because every single person on this call, we have 89. I'm going to speak it to existence right now. We have 89 future millionaires on this call. I personally believe everybody on this call could potentially be a millionaire in 2021. I'm being dead serious, guys. If you take this skill serious, if you take this serious, it could happen. We're watching it happen right now, okay? The only person, number 4, the only person in charge of your success is you, okay? The only person in charge of your success is you. Basically, what I'm taking from that is we can't make you get on the call, okay? We can't make you take the education. That is totally up to your own will, okay? You have to take advantage of that and do it yourself. We could push you, we could motivate you, we can inspire you, all right? We could take you to the water, but you still have to drink it, okay? So if you really want it, it's here. We trade every day. We do the calls every day, but the only person that's in charge of your success is you. You have to show up so you can play in the game. All right. You have to show up so you can play in the game. And that's why these calls are important. If you come off a bad trade week, all right. Let me get another example, another participation in the chat. If you've ever had a bad trade day, right? And you woke up the next morning and attended Coffee in the Morning with GOBE, and it made you feel so much better about your bad trade day. Let me get a 111 in the chat. let me put a 111 in the chat. Hold on. Let me put a whole bunch of ones. Wow, David, that's a lot of ones, brother. That's a lot of ones right there. All right. That's why this call is important. So the Coffee with GOBE has been so vital to our culture, okay? Because I think that when it comes to a trade community, I don't think that there is another trade community, to my knowledge, that has a call like this every single morning, all right? And it's extremely important because it's going to help motivate you and push you through the bad days, because you're going to have bad days as a trader, okay? It's going to happen. But when you have a whole bunch of people who are like-minded, have the same common goal and common purpose, and they're telling you, hey, get back up. This is why we lost. If you make this adjustment, then next time you're going to win. Next time, if you add a trailing stop loss here, you're going to actually cash out and secure your profits, and then you can re-enter on a buy and do it again, right? You're going to get advice. You're going to get people talking that language to you and pushing you, okay? So you can get back up and get back to the plate so you can swing again, okay? And then here, number 5, stop thinking so much. Sometimes you just need to take action, okay? Stop thinking so much. Sometimes you need to take action. So some people say that the best way to learn how to swim is jump in the water. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I was scared to learn. I was scared to get in the water at one point, right? And I remember my friends just threw me in there, right? And I was dog pedaling. I was trying to learn, right? I was I almost died, I almost drowned. However, I realized that, hey, this isn't as scary as I thought it is, okay? And since then, I learned how to swim on the fly because I was thrown in the water, okay? So, and now I love swimming, okay? But that was just a small portion of my life, right? But basically what we're saying, guys, is stop thinking so much. Take action. Fund your account. Start participating. We always say you do not have to be perfect. You just have to participate. Even with the run up the bag challenge, we're throwing out 30 trades a month. You don't have to win every trade, okay? You may go 26 out of 30. You may go 24 or 23 out of 30. I don't know. But as long as you stick to it and stay disciplined, your account's going to grow. It's going to grow because we're always going to win more than we lose, always, okay? And so stop thinking so much. Sometimes you just need to take action, all right? And that also goes back to the only person in charge of your success is you. Take action, get involved, okay? Push yourself. And that all ties all the way back around to your why. Why are you doing this business, okay? Is it for your kids? Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to travel the world, all right? Why are you doing this? And once you figure that out, That should anchor you to accomplish all 5 of these rules of trading. That should anchor you to not quit on your goals, not quit on yourself, not quit on your why. Okay, you take a loss, you can't quit on your children, right? You can't do that if you're doing it for your kids. You have to get back up, keep swinging, try again. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I hope you guys got a little bit of value from this. I saw this morning. I didn't know it was gonna, get into it on this level, but there's a lot of good stuff just in these 5 rules of trading here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back to our brother Mike Taylor. I think we got a couple people that we're gonna speak before we close out. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. We do got a couple people that wanted to speak. Matt Lockwood, you online, brother?
I am here. Thank you for those for sharing those 5 rules of trading there, Kenny. That was really good, and it's amazing how often on these coffees the topics just kind of segue into the next one and the next one, because what you were talking about was like just percolating in my mind and everything this morning. I wanted to touch first on the procrastination thing, because I know that myself, I got to work on that still and everything. Because it's really easy in this life. We got technology that we carry around with us everywhere we go. We got all kinds of distractions and everything. And it's really easy for us to just get doing stuff without really doing what we need to be doing. We get bogged down in following up on that last feed, following up on that, the likes, a comment, discussion, whatever, when all that is really irrelevant to our future. And it's just wasting time. It's just filling time. And so once I think Denzel Washington had a quote, something like something about that. It went, let me see. We often confuse movement with progress, and that's just because you're doing a lot. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done toward your dream. Because all those things are just filler stuff. I mean, and it's just designed to waste our time, and that's how people get bogged down in life. But what I really wanted to talk about today was desire versus ambition, which is something that we all use to motivate ourselves. We all have the desire to become those future millionaires. We all want to have better things for our family. We all want to go ahead and teach that next generation how they can totally avoid that job thing and just do it on their own and everything. We all want that freedom. We all want that desire to go trade from the beach, trade from wherever we are, because we have that skill set, and to free ourselves and live our lives not having to deal with all those things that stupid jobs want you to do, like show up. So we have that desire, but do we have the ambition? And that kind of segues into also the procrastination thing. If we have that ambition, then we're going to put down the Facebook feed. We're going to put down this other discussion. We're going to put down this other distraction, and we're going to focus on what we need to be focusing on, which is learning our charts so we can become those master traders, just like you guys are right now, in setting that example for everybody. If we want to take this skill seriously, we have to put those things aside and focus on what needs to be focused on. And that's what's going to drive our success, not our desire, but our ambition. And if I can just add one thing before I go, a couple of things probably, but I've known about Forex. I've known about trading and everything. I think probably 3-4 months ago, I told my girlfriend, I was like, man, I want to do this and stuff. But, I'm kind of doing it on my own. Didn't really subscribe to any signals or anything. Had middling success. But, basically, I'm throwing darts against the wall because I don't know what the hell I'm doing and everything. So when when Dave Carty reached out to me and, he's like, here, check this out. man, I'm looking at it and everything. And my girlfriend's like, maybe that's the thing you should do, because there you have a community of people who think the same way that you do and who want to learn and who want to get good at this. And you can learn from them and you can get better at it. And, I'll be honest, at this point, I'm still working on some of that psychology stuff, so my account isn't not, growing leaps and bounds and stuff, but I'm learning to be able to walk away from that and what's my lesson there. And if I can always take a lesson out of a quote unquote loss, then it's a win. It's just an all around win, because that's something that I can avoid in the future and stuff. So I want to just say I really appreciate this community that we have here, because we're just a bunch of regular people. We have some people that have some great skill sets in the master traders that are leading the pathway and helping us all become those future millionaires that we want to be and everything. But, we need to stop and appreciate that and the training that's in the background and everything, and build our desire to that ambition level to where we want to know every single thing about that we can, so we can improve ourselves quicker if it happens, not so quick if it doesn't, but just keep plugging away at it and everything. And, I want to give a shout out to Dave, because, I appreciate the things we've had markup sessions. We've had, I can send him shoot him a question, ask him what he thinks about a trade and stuff, and he'll give me his insight on it and everything, and I get to come along and learn from him and everything. He is a master trader in training right now. He is there. I mean, he gets a lot of these really good, and he's got a good style and everything. But I want to encourage everyone that if whoever invited you to this opportunity, if they're not as involved as you are, because we all have things that come in life and stuff. Some people get in here and they're just going to percolate for a long time and stuff. Some people want to get it done and everything, and are leaders in this. So even if the person that invited you in, even if they're not that active, we have a wealth of people in this organization that you can just reach out to and say, hey, can I talk to you? Can I ask you about this? Can I, and you can learn from them. So find a mentor in here and work with them, and that will just increase the speed of your progress. So that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. Success leaves clues, right? And shout out to Dave. If you were brought in by Dave, you're definitely on a path to success. He's becoming a beast on the charts. He sends me stuff all the time, and his marks are just, they look good. They look amazing. So if you're following him, you're on your way, brother. You're definitely on your way. So, but thank you for those words. And I'll go ahead and pass it back to Mike Taylor.
Absolutely. Mr. Jordan Rosario, you on the line, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's everybody doing on this lovely Monday afternoon?
Man, great, man. The floor is yours, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about, just the value that we have at GOBE Trade House when it comes to our trading community, our resources, and our education. I know I kind of say this ad nauseum sometimes, but I am on that path to becoming a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, etc. figure earner. And I can't do that particular task. I can't complete that vision without our resources that we have over here. We have our education for a reason. We have our trade session replays for a reason, whether that be our Asian, whether that be our London, whether that be our crypto. You have that there in order to study from, take notes on, and figure out, or I should say, be able to understand why we're going into certain trades, or maybe why a particular trade setup doesn't look good. Use that to your advantage. Practice that on your own charts and learn from what we're marking up on those particular trade sessions. Our lunch and learn replays. Joe 3 does a fantastic job every particular replay covering something that is crucial to add to your tool belt in order to become a master trader. So you should definitely take advantage of that as well. And not only that, when it comes to my path in terms of how I was able to learn. I mean, there's a lot of things I've been able to learn along the way from our master traders. I mean, Kenny J and his psychology of being a master trader, that's probably number one for me, because I was the one putting in all my money out on one particular trade and blowing it like it was nobody's business. So I had to learn, to be patient, to be calm, and not try any of that fancy stuff. And then, learning from JP, learning from Joe Streets, learning from the Crypto King Alfonso, learning from Vincent Johnson, and learning from everybody in this community. There's always something that I learn from day in and day out that I'm able to put together on my own trading path. And let me tell you what, on Sunday, I loaded my account $20. I put $20 in my account, and I made that account my Miami account, because I'm going to run that thing all the way to my Miami trip. I fully believe in my ability. I'm very confident in what I'm doing now, and I cannot wait to get to that promised land. But with that, if I have that same determination and realize that I'm just some kid on the charts that's only been at GOBE Tradehouse for about 4 months. So if someone like me can do it, I guarantee you, because I'm not some smart guy, I'm not some hot shot, I'm not any of that. I'm just a regular guy out there. So I firmly believe that everyone in this trading community right here, our 84 GOBE future billionaires, our billionaires, have the ability to get that done. So I firmly believe in all of y'all. Just keep plugging away. I know that there might be some days, some weeks that are tough on the charts. Believe me, I have been there throughout all of it. But I understand that if I were to give up on this opportunity, this is not going to come back to me again. And we are sitting on a gold mine. We just need to know how to work the mine drill in order to extract the gold so that we could take it for our own. So keep plugging away. Everyone on this call has got it. You will get there. Go be great and go be blessed.
Yo, Jordan, I got to correct you, brother. I know I've met a lot of regular people in my life, brother, and you ain't regular, bro. I can tell you that right now, because you have an amazing work ethic. Like me and Kenny talk about this all the time. We like, hey, Jordan is on every call 5 times a day. Like, he always shows up. Even us as leaders, sometimes we can't even make it. Jordan there. So, man, I want to give you props, man. Give you your roses, bro. Hey, you have an amazing work ethic. I envy it, because I'm like, even last night, I had every intention of being on the London session. I woke up at 2:33. Y'all better be glad I'm not the master analysis. Y'all would have been mad. But with that being said, I do want to touch on a few things before we segue into our lunch and learn. It is very important, especially when you bring in new people in that don't understand Forex, that you explain to them, especially how lot sizes work. And like Kenny was touching on about the size of accounts. Like the other day, I had somebody hit me up, and like they literally like chewed my head off, and they were so upset because they thought that we was like, they was like, I took a trade and I only made like $5 on the trade, but then I look in the chat and these people talking about they took the same trade and he done made $500. I'm like, y'all cheating. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cheating. What are y'all doing? You know what I'm like, hold on, let me explain to you. And but I can understand if a person doesn't know how Forex works, and if they hadn't took the time to go through everything yet, then they might not understand that. So even when a person gets a small win, you want to encourage them and let them know, like, hey, as your account grows and you're able to raise your lot size, those same 10 pips that maybe only made you $5 to $8 will make you $50 to $80, will make you $500 to $800, will make you $5,000 to $8,000, will make you $50,000 to $80,000. Just keep growing your account. So that is very, very important. Also, I like Kenny said about the best way to start swimming. I mean, the best way to really get something done is just to get out there and start swimming, right? Well, me, I can't swim. So I don't all the way agree with that, because I'm not getting in the ocean, right? However, that analogy is how I motivated myself when I lost both of my jobs back in 2013. And I took a chance on myself and just went full-time marketing, even though I hadn't even got an organic sign-up yet. And it was because I had told myself, I said, what are you afraid of, Mike? This is literally what I said to myself. This is why I hit home. I said, what are you afraid to jump in the water for? It's not real water. Like, you're not gonna drown anyway. So what's the worst thing that's gonna happen if you try something that you want? Like, if you go for what you want, right? What's the worst thing gonna happen? Either you're gonna fail yourself to success, because the only way you can lose is you quit, right? Like, especially at this, like, the only way you can lose this, you can quit. Like, if you can't win at something that gives you a 50-50 chance from the top, and you got a team of people that's helping you, and you got education, and you got all these resources, like, if you can't win at that, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard to win at anything, because if you quit at this, then what else you gonna quit on? Like, I just had a lady just a minute ago quit, and I'm laughing because I'm like, dang, you signed up Thursday night. Friday, I sent you a message, say, hey, can you get a new member orientation? No response. Sunday, send a message. Can you get on run the bag up challenge preparation? Read the message, no response. Monday morning, you quitting. At that point, who fault is that? It's the quitter's fault. It's not your fault. So when people do stuff like that, don't take it personal. Just know that it ain't for everybody, but at the same time, still do your part as a leader to do what I just said. When there's a new member orientation and you just brought somebody in, hit them up, tag your team, whatever you got to do, let them know to get on, because it's very important if they plug in. If they don't plug in, then hey, because I'll be honest with you guys, we can see who registered for the live session. There's a large percentage of people that did that $49 that haven't even registered for live sessions yet. So I want to challenge everybody on this call to reach out to every single person you referred in the business and make sure they have registered for live sessions, and make sure they know when the calls are and when to get on, and try to see when can they get on, because I'm telling you, like, you have to do this, like, I'm trying to think of the best way I can explain this. You have to protect your residual income. I'm just gonna keep it plain. Like, why? I mean, you're not trying to work backwards, right? Like, what's the point in bringing somebody in if you're just gonna lose them anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing this to get daily pay. Like, if you want to do that, you could just affiliate market. No, we're trying to build an empire. You're trying to build a residual income, and you have to build these relationships. So try your best to just reach out to these people and try to make sure that they're plugged in. Also, I want to give a little bit of Forex advice. Now, this is just my something that Kenny told me a long time ago, and it's been helping me, all weekend as I've been trading, which is this. I know, and first of all, I want to say this. As a trader, we all have our own strategies, and you have to do what you think is best for you, right? So what I'm saying, I want to give a disclaimer. What I'm saying is not official. This is just a strategy, right? Because it makes sense. Well, the first thing you need to do when you're trading is this. Don't over leverage your account, obviously, right? Don't get excited. Don't get overzealous. Don't try to get it too fast and start putting these big lot sizes, because you're not going to be able to handle the pullback. So make sure you understand free margins and margin levels and stuff like that. Make sure you go through that training. Once you understand that, then you will know between that and the compounding sheet, what lot sizes you should be using with your current balance, right? Well, one thing about it is, one thing Kenny told me, and Kenny, you can verify this when I get done talking, you can kind of piggyback on this, is there are certain pairs that ain't gonna, they're only gonna go, even if it's a bad trade, it's only gonna swing back so many pips, right? Like, so for example, let's just say my stop loss is at 30 pips, right? And it's getting there. The reason I'm gonna remove it is because since I didn't over leverage my account, and I know that, hey, even if this bad boy went back 100 pips and then went back up next week, I can handle it, then I can remove my stop loss, because I look at it two ways. It's like a boomerang, or not even like a boomerang, like a bow and arrow. That pullback is gonna come back, but it's only gonna go back so far. It's not gonna break, and eventually it's gonna shoot up. Are you patient enough to wait for it to shoot up? Like, you don't have to take the loss. The reason why a lot of times people take the loss is because either hit the stop loss and they're not paying attention, which, happens to all of us, or a person be so afraid of the pullback and so impatient that they want to get their return on investment right now, that they'd rather take the loss right now than go through the whole pain of just waiting to just wait for it to run its course. The market is not going to crash, right? So if you didn't over leverage and it's not gonna crash, just be patient. People wait a whole year, wait months, wait years to their retirement for a stock to cash out sometimes, but we can't wait 2 extra days on the trade. Like, I'm not taking no losses for what? I didn't put my money in there to lose it. I'm not that impatient because only reason you're gonna be impatient because you put money in there that you need back right now, and that's not smart. That's not smart. I don't need this money. I'm growing this account for the long term. So if I'm growing it for the long term, then why in the world I gotta have it right now? Yes, when I have good trades and I want to cash out, cool. But if you take a bad trade, you don't have to take that loss. Now, I want to be clear. If you're trading gold, crypto, indices, stuff like that, now be careful with that no stop loss stuff. That's how you blow your account. But those currencies and stuff, if you do what I just told you, you don't have to take those losses. So I just want to give that advice, and I want to actually let Kenny piggyback on that.
Absolutely. That's something I talk about in the psychology of a trader. So he's right. If you're gonna do that, don't do that on crypto, don't do that on gold, don't do that on any indices or anything like that. But in reality, if you mark up a currency pair, okay, if you mark up a currency pair and you trade with the trend and you have a good lot size, most currency pairs aren't going to pull back 100 pips, especially if you're trading with the trend. Sometimes you could survive the trade, even if it goes back 50 or 60, 70 pips. Eventually, if you're trading with the trend, it's going to come back around. It may take 3 days. It may take 5 days. I used to do more swing trading and definitely want to get back into doing more swing trading. I would enter a trade with the mindset that I'm going to be in this trade for 2 weeks. That's a whole different mindset when you're starting to trade. I'll mark up the chart on the day, or even the 4 hour, and I immediately had the mindset that I would be in this trade for 2 weeks. So imagine the patient level is totally different if you're going to trade in that type of way. And people trade this way all the time. There's some people who swing trade for months. Okay, it's just another style of trading. Okay, so Mike is right about that. And shout out to Snipe Mike because he's definitely started to have progress on the charts, and very proud of your progress you're having studying, attending the sessions, doing a good job, brother. All right. Other than that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close out the call. Hope you guys enjoyed Monday Coffee in the Morning with GOBE. Joe, so we do have a lunch and learn. What type of topics we're covering today, brother?
Correct. And since I know we have a lot of new members of GOBE Trade House, we're gonna go over Trading View and also our GOBE Sniper Analyzer. So we'll stay tuned for the next. We'll start in like 5-minute intermission.
All right, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and segue right into that. Everybody, hopefully you guys took a screenshot of this GOBE raffle, but we're going to go ahead and post the details in the group. Let's go ahead and make this thing happen. Let's have fun with it. And whoever wins first place is going to be really exciting to get that free round trip to Miami, right? So let's make this thing happen. All right, go be great. Go be a beast. If you want to stay on the call right now, I'm going to stop the recording and Joe is going to take over the call. I'm about to make him host and you can stay on for the lunch and learn. All right, peace, everybody. Have a great day.
And before y'all go, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, new members orientation. Mike Taylor and myself are going to go over the ins and outs of what you need to do in order to get your GOBE Trade House career started on the right path. Definitely don't miss that. And then we'll see you on the Asian trading session at 9 p.m. and the London at 2 a.m. Let's get it.
Right.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on what Jordan said, I want to challenge you guys to anybody that you referred, especially if they paid the $49, but anybody you referred that's new, that haven't been plugged in, or if they new or whatever, make sure you personally reach out to them and try to get them on this new member orientation today. That's going to be the foundation so they can understand what they need to do to get started so you can keep, getting paid for your hard work. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. Go be great.
Yes, indeed. So everybody